How y'all doing? This your boy, God Jr., aka the Gamma Indigo Child. I'm back again, y'all. Sorry for the wait, y'all. I've been, busy trying to get a lot of stuff ready for y'all. And a lot of places that you could go and learn this stuff without YouTube messing with my videos or people getting me flagged or whatever. That could happen. Even though my vibrations stay high, so it's unlikely for me this will happen, but I just want a place where I can have my mind free of worry, because it'll be my website, my thing. So, okay, this lesson is the different crosses. I'm gonna teach you about the different cross, because a lot of people think, like, as far as like Christians, they think that that they came up with the cross. You know what I'm saying? And that's the symbol for Jesus or whatever. But we're gonna get into this, so you'll see. All what most people call holy symbols are not holy symbols. They just they're things that was visible before we was even created as human on this planet. You know what I'm saying? So the cross is a universal symbol in all ancient knowledge. It ain't just like the cross just popped up out of nowhere. So I just want y'all to know that. And we're going to start off first with the first cross that most people are the most familiar with in America or whatever. It's the crucifix cross. The crucifix was a torture device used to execute people in the Roman area. You know what I'm saying? The Roman era. Yeah, it was not until the 3rd century AD that the cross come to be applied as the symbol of the Christ. You see what I mean? It's the 3rd century before it was a Christian symbol. Which is crazy, because Christians are one of the few religions that believe God will torture somebody to death on a cross. And especially his supposed only son. So we got to keep this in mind when we're talking about these symbols. Now you see, this is the symbol of the cross. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be a torture device. Okay, God created a cross for a torture device. No. Okay, we're going to keep it moving. This cross, this is the San Damiano cross. It is an icon cross meant to teach the meaning of the crucifix, death, resurrection, and the ascension of Christ, thereby strengthening the faith of the people at the time when most were illiterate. You hear that? They used this cross and gave it a big meaning, and all you got to do is look at the symbol. You don't even got to know how to read. As long as you know what the symbol means, the symbol tell you everything. You know, that's really slick of them. So the cross shows you where what the crucifixion, the death, and all that was. And the painter of this cross is unknown. We don't know who painted this. We're going to move on. Now we got the cross with the circle. You know what I'm saying? They call this the pagan cross right here. The circle, they call it the sun wheel, and then they call it the solar cross. You know what I'm saying? And the meaning of this cross, because people like to put, like I was saying with the word pagan, people like to put a bad name on pagans, because you know how it is when you the rich people. Y'all call somebody something, and all of a sudden this name get across so fast, everybody using it and don't even really know what it even really mean. But the pagans just was the people that was around the outside of the kingdom, that didn't hang out with the kingdom, that did all the work. What we call workers right now, well, the working class people right now, you are the pagans. if we was to use pagan like it was really meant to be used back then. And this cross, it got the sun. The circle is the sun, and the cross represent the four seasons. If you understand what I'm saying, which symbolizes the longest night of the year and the shortest. The shortest night of the year. I mean, the longest night of the year and the longest day of the year. Okay, and this what they call the pagan cross, the sun wheel or the solar cross. And speaking of wheels, we're gonna come to the next one, which everybody now calls it the swastika. But the word swastika come from the Sanskrit word svastika. Va. You see that? Va. See, that's where they get it from, the vastika, which means good fortune or well-being. See, they changed it and made it like a negative thing and called it the swastika. Wastika. Not va with the V, but with the W. Wastika. You know what I'm saying? The motif, a hooked cross, appeared to have first used in about 7,000 years ago, representing the sun movement through the skies. But you know what I'm saying? The svastika was known by ancients as the cross of the Holy Spirit. But what it really was is the Big Dipper and the Little Dippers place in the sky for the beginning of each season. Because the Little Dipper's tail is the North Star. And it connects with the Big Dipper, and it spins every day, 24 hours, just like a clock. And it also begins to spin at the beginning of each season, as you can see, you know. So yeah, if you understand, you got the European linguists and other scholars, they taken up by the racist groups, and they called the Aryan identity and the German nationalist pride. They took over the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper and made it into this little negative symbol. Or who's to say it's negative? Because everything has a place in the universe. So it is neither negative or positive, because it just simply is. It has its place, so it has a real good meaning for its existence. So understand, this was in the sky before they started using it for the Russians. I mean, not Russians, but the Germans with Hitler them. You already know how man get a hold of things and turn them into negatives, like the swastika and and the rainbow. Now the rainbow is gay pride now. It's just so crazy. And just to throw that in there, the gay pride rainbow is different than the real rainbow. It's backwards. You get that? The gay rainbow starts with purple and ends with the outer shell as red. The real rainbow begins with the lower nature, which is red, and it ends in the higher nature of this human existence, which is purple. So you got infrared and you got ultraviolet at the top. But yeah, we're gonna keep it going, y'all. So then we got the human cross, the body. If you know anything about the human body, it has like every part of it has a function. Like if we was to go back to one of my posts where I explain this, that it tells you Aries the head, so forth and so on. You'll look that up if you're interested. So, but the human cross is basically what the human cross represent our body. Our body was designed to sacrifice the lower nature for the higher nature. And I was just talking about the rainbow, and that's what the rainbow represent. Which the red is the lower, the red, what is it? Red, yellow, and green, I think. The bottom three chakras is the lower nature, and then you enter the higher nature when you enter the heart, which is the fourth chakra, and that's what our body is. You know what I'm saying? The lower nature. If you know anything about any of my other posts, I mentioned it a couple times. I'm gonna get into a deep discussion about it, but like I say, all the posts I'm posting for the first time is just me talking to you, getting you to understand this without putting any pressure on you. I just want you to understand that it's more to what we was told, and if you haven't researched or haven't been told, you just won't know. Like my saying, you don't know what you don't know. But we're gonna keep this going too. Now it's another cross that's in our body, and it's called laminin. If you look in the electron microscope, it's in the form of a cross. So we are held together by countless tiny crosses in our body, and it's called laminin. Ain't that crazy? Our body is being held together by these little crosses. That's called laminin. More on that later, but just so you know, this is one of the other crosses too. We're going to move on to the next one. The crux ansata. What that mean? Well, in Latin, the crux ansata mean handle-shaped cross. Yep, you guessed it. The Ankh, how you pronounce it. The Egyptian hieroglyph that signifies life. A cross, you see it? The cross with a hoop at the top. And what this cross means is basically, if you understand this cross, this is the tree of life. Because without the penis, which is, if you see the little symbol, and the top is the vagina, without the penis and the vagina, there's no life on this planet. Even plants have penises and vaginas. We ain't gonna say it like that. They got pollen sacs and pollen collector, whatever you want. So yeah, that's the crux ansata, which is basically the Ankh. The Ankh is the cross of the Ankh. You know what I'm saying? The Ankh cross. But we're gonna keep it going, y'all, because I want to get through this so y'all could look up more stuff, and I can get to more posts, and I can really break down what these mean individually. But right now, we just gonna give y'all something for now. Then we got the cross in the sky. If you looked at some of my other posts, I put this in, I think, like 3 other posts. I talked about it a little bit. But I got a post that I actually talk about this in full. Well, not in full, but in the first part of the lecture. Every December 21st, the first day of winter, and the shortest day of the year, the longest night of the year, the solstice, which means soul, and sisteri means soul means sun, and sisteri theory to cause to stand still. Because if you know anything about the solstice, the sun seemed to not move for 3 days. Hence, that Jesus story I was telling you about when he was in the tomb for 3 days, and then on the third day, he moved, he came out. Yeah, this is the this cross. Every winter solstice, the sun appears to stand still as it reaches its furthest point in the southern hemisphere. You see what I mean? It is here that it joins the fixed stars, as you can see right here. The Southern Cross for 3 days, December the 22nd, December the 23rd, and the 24th. It don't move. And the sun don't move. It go to the same spot every time, and it don't seem like it's moving. And then on December the 25th, that's when the sun moved 1 notch back up. You know what I'm saying? Our ancestors referred to these 3 standstill days as the death of the sun. And when the sun begins its journey north again on December the 25th, it was said to be reborn. Hence, Christmas. Moving north, the days will grow longer until the life-giving sun reaches its zenith in the north hemisphere on the summer solstice, June 21st, which is the other 3 days. It doesn't move for 3 days because it's at the highest it could reach in the sky. So it spins for 3 days in that spot, and on the third day again, after the third day, it moves 1 notch back down toward the southern hemisphere. And that is the first day of summer. But let's keep it going, y'all. Okay, now we got another one. We got the Sundog cross, or the Parhelion, the sun, or the mock sun, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? They used to believe that the god Zeus walked his dog across the sky, and that bright false sun on either side of the sun disk were his dogs. Like, you see this right here? They thought these was his dogs. But, you know, the second reason the phenomenon occurs in December is due to the sun's angle and altitude. The sun angle is lowered this time of the year, and the angle of reflection to see the sundog is 22 degrees. You know what I'm saying? But I know y'all probably heard perihelion, probably was like, whoa, ain't that when the sun is the closest? No, I know what y'all might be thinking. Let me clear this up before we go further. It's the aphelion is the greatest distance between the sun and the earth. And then we got perihelion, not parhelion. Perihelion is the closest distance to the sun. You know what I'm saying? Objects move slower in their orbit when they are aphelion and faster when they are perihelion. You know what I'm saying? So that's just to break that down a little bit. And you know that happened in one happened in January and one happened in June. I think it's June. Yeah, I think it's June. And I'll correct it when you know how I do I just say what's on my mind and say what I got places, and then I make videos to it. So y'all know that some things gonna be a little screwy because I am speaking first and then I'm putting stuff to it. If you notice, and another thing with the cross is 4 seasons, starting from the bottom with the earth, the lower mind, the water, the truth, air, meditation, and fire, the Holy Spirit. The cross is the Word made flesh. So once again, remember, sacrifice your lower nature for your higher nature. And till next time, love to all, and to all, spread the light.